Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Ecomac. This is Of the Devil. We may be slightly screwed because I did try and push for an extra part of the mystery, and Emma just gave it to us in the form of a breakup call. Less than 2 hours before Dr. Asher died, Isaac Porter ended the relationship over the phone. The court can make a reasonable assumption about what kind of mental state Dr. Asher was in last night. That was a bad move, Miss Rockford. Oh, apparently Morgan thinks we can take advantage of this.
Then, if the people have nothing further to add...
I've been feeling off my game all day. Caught between corporate inbreeders and ant-brain protesters But pitying me? Here? And now? That's all it takes to get my blood properly boiling.
It's about time for...
Me to call my first witness, no?
You want to keep going? After that...
What are you doing, Counselor? Just calling the ultimate silver bullet, rock-solid slam-dunk witness a girl could ask for. Is here good? Does it matter where I put my hands? Miss Starling, thank you for coming here today. Of course, whatever I can do. What is your relation to the deceased? I was his executive assistant at Noble Electronics. I would arrange his meetings, coordinate communications between him and other departments. That sort of thing? Ultimate silver bullet? Starling's the only play I have right now, the only stalling tool I have left. For now, I should just focus on getting as much information from her as possible. Whether or not it's useful, it'll at least buy me some time. While Jess was being sworn in, Sarah mentioned that the hard drive's about 60% decrypted. Considering the rate Sarah's gone at so far, there's maybe another hour left. I might be able to stall for that long if I talk real slow. I'd like to ask you a few questions about Dr. Asher. I don't have to talk real slow because the game moves at the pace of plot. Please answer them to the best of your ability. Right. Dr. Asher was a well-known public figure, but was he well regarded professionally? Of course! Dr. Asher's work set the bar for the entire automated dependent world. Stop looking so smug, Sarah. Stay focused, spearmint. You say you coordinated his communications. Were there ever threats? Did people ever express an intent to harm him? Objection, cause for speculation. Intent.
I'm feeling like that's gonna be, sustained!
Did anyone ever threaten him? There were times where he was the focus of negative attention. How so? Dr. Asher was a favourite subject of many conspiracy theorists. With all of his contributions to the field, it was easy for them to make claims about his influence. They'd say his work was plagiarized, that he was hiding illegal subcommands in the technology he helped develop. And people would contact him about these conspiracy theories. Relevance. Whether or not people wanted to kill him.
Well...
Withdrawn. Miss Starling. People would attempt to contact him, yeah. But their messages were always too vague for the police to take action on. They would say he belonged in jail, or that he couldn't avoid the truth. Or that someone should do something to shut him up. Did they ever talk about hurting him? Yeah. But I always turn down those messages straight over to the police.
Yeah, I'm seeing that on the record. Eesh, who writes this stuff?
All those cases have long since been resolved, Your Honour. And none of the parties involved had contact with David Asher in years. The police take harassment very seriously. I'm sure nothing to do with the fact that they're getting paid a lot of money. Something you want to add, Counselor? Just clearing my throat. May I continue? What is Starling's testimony? He had experienced harassment and stalking from conspiracy theorists throughout his career at Noble. Okay, good to know. You worked with Dr. Asher for many years. Did you have a relationship outside of work? Did you ever talk about anything besides professional concerns? Sure, we've gone out to dinner or met on weekends. I think he'd like to pick my brain since he needed a relationship advice a lot. Even if he didn't realize that's what he was asking for. I'd like to think that he knew he could talk to me, but did he ever talk to you or, to your knowledge, anyone else about hurting himself? God, no, never! Do you know of any history he might have had with mental illnesses, depression, anxiety? No. So when you heard the people argue that Dr. Asher had done it to himself, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. You're saying you can't believe? Objection. On what grounds? Asked and answered, stalling, and also, the people have documents that would be of interest to the court in this matter.
Juicy. And what matter, specifically, are you referring to?
The deceased's mental health history. Emma wouldn't be speaking up if she didn't have something real. So what the hell is this about? We have private correspondences that describe... If they're private, they should not have been obtained by the people without his permission. He can't give permission if he's already dead, and we're well within our rights to obtain evidence as it pertains to his crime. I don't feel like we've bought time for an hour.
Convincing.
Damn, I didn't honestly expect to stop her from admitting her evidence into the record, but I was hoping to at least slow her. Where are you on that footage? 77%. Approximately. I need to buy whatever time I can, however I can, even if that means running out the clock as a punching bag. I have here messages between Dr. Asher and a psychiatrist he was meeting with and speaking to for the past year, along with paperwork detailing how this treatment was covered under his Platinum plan. He's saying, okay, a Caduceus Platinum insurance policy in David Asher's name used to schedule and pay for psychiatric appointments on several occasions in the last year. Platinum? I don't intend to air all of Dr. Asher's secrets here in the court.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Oh boy, we do have quite the unique character for a judge. But I am prepared to read excerpts from messages and transcripts from phone calls, which, when put together, paint a clear picture of the kind of stress David Asher was experiencing and the dark thoughts he was struggling with. Transcripts of his phone calls. I'll admit them into evidence, assuming there are no objections. Ah, the blind is going up and up. Oh boy. Can I check my backlog? I feel like we... part of me is thinking raise because Morgan said we have to push as hard as we can, but I can't keep doing this. No. I think I have to stay on this one. Oh, wait, no, that was supposed to be an objection. Damn it! These blinds are getting nasty. On the grounds of the Foundation, where did you say you got this? It was retrieved from his digital records. There's no reason to doubt its authenticity. Even if I were to point out that David had an executive level 4 plan, not a platinum. Darn it! Why did I forget such an obvious bit of evidence? Yeah, executive level 4. And she said... Really?
Really?
Yes, really. It's all there in the record. This is easily explained. David had an executive plan that Noble managed for him. He was also seeing this psychiatric, both in person and over the phone. Your own witness has attested that he dealt with stalkers and was worried for his privacy. So it's easy enough to reason that he has separated an insurance policy he paid for on his own. Even if only to keep one thing out of Noble's grasp. Sure, easy enough to make that assumption, but that doesn't make it correct. David used separate insurance to hide the psychiatrist from Noble's spying? No, he was smarter than that. He can't have done that. All building calls are recorded by Noble. Damn it, but it's asking us to drag and drop. It's asking for us to actively pick one out. Okay, so we have to pick a specific one. David may well have wanted a private psychiatrist, someone who didn't work for Noble, who'd have his best interests at heart. But if so, he wouldn't have contacted them over the phone. Not when he knew all his phone calls were being recorded. David Asher was well versed in having every aspect of his life overanalyzed by data-hungry parasites. Do you really think he would try and hide mental health problems from them with a second insurance policy? Apparently, yes, since I'm standing here with evidence that shows exactly that. Does it, though? Pardon me?
Yeah, like, what exactly are you suggesting, Counsellor?
Still not done with decrypting? Well, it's difficult to... Right. What the hell? Might as well swing for the fences at this point. I'm not trying to muddle the issue or confuse the court, Your Honour. And I would never make outlandish substantial claims just for the sake of causing a drama. What are you? I'm merely concerned that D.A. Rockford has been an unwitting pawn in an act of corporate espionage. Wait, AD's playing a video game during this? It looks like a PSP. No, that would be a Vita because it has the control stick. What? If the markets were to open Monday, with people believing that David Asher, the man who programmed the brain of every Noble android, was battling mental health issues for the last several months? Objection! Mischaracterization! Foundation? All the rest? There are no corporate spies in this courtroom, Counsellor. There are no boogeymen hiding under the bench.
Oh, thank God.
David Asher was a once-in-a-generation intellect and extremely valuable human asset to his employers. And his employers' many enemies would do whatever it takes to destroy his credibility now that he can't defend himself. And he was also your personal... You shouldn't even be here arguing this case in the first place, Counsellor. Now you're trying to call the police's evidence gathering into questioning? All because you can't admit for the past several months your friend has been seeing a psychiatrist every Monday and you didn't know. That is... sorry, but, did you still need me up here? I'm sure you're going to be very important in a few seconds. Don't worry, Jess.
The witness will refrain from interrupting when girls are fighting.
Yes, ma'am. With how my luck's been so far, Sarah's progress bar is probably moving backwards right about now. And Emma's patience is wearing thin. This could be the last shot to create any kind of reasonable doubt. I'd be happy to wrap up my questioning if the court will allow.
That seems cool with me.
And my evidence, Your Honour, will it be entered into the record?
I'd like to hear a bit more testimony before deciding.
That's fine, Your Honour. As you were, Counsellor. At this stage of the game, with the score where it's at, I can probably only ask one more question. Better make it count. So what can Starling tell us that no one else could? If she hadn't called me this morning, I wouldn't be standing here, and she only did that because... Miss Starling, we've all gathered here to try and figure out what happened to Dr. Asher last night. So please tell us, when exactly did he last... I think the last bit of contact is our best option here. Although, we can handle a 9 blind, surely. When was the last time you had contact with Dr. Asher, Miss Starling? Oh, that's pretty easy to figure out. Let me just... Yeah, it was last night at 6:57 p.m. We texted back and forth. There are records of some texts, but they're flagged as work-related. Does the court really think they're relevant, Your Honour? Relevant? The texting makes a big difference. It could very well be the single most important piece of evidence in this whole trial. What?
I just got chills. Don't know why though.
Must be a coolant leak. The defense doesn't know what they're talking about. On the contrary, these texts are a vital piece of evidence that change the timeline of events as we know them. I think that might actually... 6:29 to 6:36, right? 6:29 to 6:36. 6:57. Where's the thing about what we know about the timeline? I need to understand what's going on here. $6:29, 6:36. That was after the breakup call. Gotcha. We know what happened to David last night, generally speaking, but the order of events is critical, especially if Emma wants to make claims about David's state of mind. Select and place cards from your hand onto the slots in chronological order, left to right. You can pick up a card back and place it in another slot if you change your mind, or return to undo the last card you placed down. Fill all the slots to submit your answer. 6:30. That's the thing that happens last. Right. Isaac's call. Starling's texts. Drank with David. David faints. Yes, that's it. Thanks to Miss Starling, we've now got a much clearer picture of the night's events. We know that Isaac Porter and David Asher broke up at 6:30.
And I was rooting for them so hard.
You didn't even know they were a thing until the last hour. And we know that David messaged his assistant, Miss Starling, at 6:57 p.m. David is on camera with the witnesses. I've got it. I think I know. It's because he said we need to give the... Ooh, but this is definitely playing dangerous. We definitely need that evidence. David is on camera with the witness from 7:30 to 8 p.m. He was declared dead not long after. The people don't object to that timeline of events. But we do question Councillor Morgan's reasoning for belabouring it. One last question, Miss Starling. Yeah? What was the nature of your conversation with Dr. Asher? Well, actually, we talked about you. And how he wanted you to have his android. That android there. Putting his affairs in order, I guess? It might appear that way. Can you specify what his instructions were exactly? How did he want this done? Well, he wanted me to bring you to his penthouse and help you set up as the android's new owner. Yes, Miss Starling, but when did he want this to happen? Well, he said it was pretty urgent, and so I should do it first thing Tuesday morning. Tuesday? First thing Tuesday morning. David Asher didn't like doing anything on Mondays. And was he going to be in attendance? Well, actually, yeah, he said he would work from home to help us. No way he intended for us to have that much trouble getting to... Oh. To summarize, then, half an hour after he already had his breakup and half an hour before his guest had arrived, he was planning an appointment that would require his presence with you for next Tuesday. That's right, he was. Not something you would think to do if you were planning on dying that very night. Yeah, you're right. That's... Your Honor, if David Asher was preparing for the week ahead a mere hour before he passed away, don't you think the people's assumptions about his mental state ought to be re-examined? That's...
Your logic is sound. Do the people have a rebuttal?
If the court will allow just a moment. Sounds like an opening to me. If we assume that Dr. Asher was not suicidal and therefore did not kill himself, we must then ask ourselves who else had the means, motive, and opportunity to take his life. Until now, we've taken for granted this idea that Delta must have come from his manufacturer, from inside the house. Adenoir. Not right now. But even if that's true, which it may not be, that doesn't mean that he was the one who used the manufacturer. She's got the answer now, I hope, and it might end up causing us just as much grief as it could to save our necks. Adenoir! Would you allow me one moment to confer, Your Honor?
Sure. Why not throw away your momentum?
I'm in the middle of something, Sarah. I can't afford to let Rockford... I've gained access to the hard drive's files. What? Seriously? As I said, progress with this type of encryption is exponential. It can be difficult to estimate. Right, okay. Do you have the footage from last night? I have the file. Have you watched it? I thought you'd want to know right away. Suppose it doesn't matter. Either this has our silver bullet and we've got a case, or it doesn't and everything falls apart. That seems quite risky. It's the least risky path to victory we have, seeing how it's the only path to victory we have. Screw it. Upload it to the court computer. Yes, Adenoir. Thank you for your patience, Your Honor. Sure, that's what we'll call it. Your Honor.
Oh, I'm awake. And I'm getting a pretty hefty chunk of video data for breakfast.
You've submitted security footage into evidence? You? Security footage? The police corroborated the witness's testimony using the house's cameras. Security cameras installed by Noble as part of the penumbra system that showed the parlor, the kitchen, but not the basement. During the course of my investigation, I uncovered a hidden security circuit buried in the deceased's own home system. You... what? The people say that the Delta must have been in Dr. Asher's cup because there's no other way for him to have ingested it. But we never saw him or anyone else put anything into his cup on camera. Because he must have poisoned his own drink off camera. Exactly. What? That's the only possible explanation. He added the Delta to his drink off camera. He placed his cup inside the manufacturer, activated it, waited 2 minutes, then walked upstairs to his death. But I'm about to present to the court footage retrieved from his basement. Footage that will show that by the time he retrieved the cups in 7:38 in the basement, it was already past 7:38. meaning he didn't have the opportunity to poison himself.
One clip of footage will prove all that?
If it doesn't, I'm completely screwed. It's not like I can lose a preliminary hearing extra hard. Anything other than a royal flush here means I'm bust. So it better be the Joker who dances.
The data has been entered into the court record.
Sarah, show us when Dr. Asher entered the basement. Yes, Adenoir, I'll search for it now. Here. On screen. That's the bar, and the timestamp is 7:36. There, David's grabbing the bottle of Rose River. And leaving. At 7:37. Just under the wire, as it were. Is that it, then? I came this far just to... Wait. Did he have the cups with him? Is there sound?
None at all.
Keep going. If he had to go back to get the cups... Counselor... What's that android doing on camera? It's at the bar. The android gave him the cups. Shit! That machine never stepped on camera upstairs, not once. We don't know its whereabouts the day of his death. It could have been poisoned the cup whenever it wanted. Shit. What is this? I don't understand. Your Honor, have the courtroom cleared.
Understood.
Please, someone. I don't know what's going on. Sarah, you need to shut down. Please, tell me what I'm looking at. I don't remember any of that. Do we have collars anywhere available? Sarah, shut down now. I don't know. Please tell me what That's an order.
Is it off?
Yeah, it's off. I've seen this before. It won't do anything until I reactivate it. We don't know that. We don't know anything about this thing anymore. That's... Your Honor. In light of the most recent evidence, the people would like to withdraw their charges against Dr. Asher and end this preliminary hearing. It has been made abundantly clear that David Asher did not commit suicide.
Very well. The charges are withdrawn and the defendant is free to go. Well, as free as he can be in the afterlife. This case is dismissed. Congratulations, Councillor Morgan.
Yay, chalk up another victory for Morgan Esquire. Now all I have to do is deal with the shitstorm of the decade. Whoa. Oh. Ooh. Let's tackle this next episode. I get the feeling that AD is going to be far less needed though. Oh well, I can start recording properly again. So, until next time, guys, take care. I'll see you all around. Oh right, I have to go back and redo that one question where I had to raise instead of fold. Okay.